Good morning. So I had a request to do a video focusing on focus and balance. I also wanted to make this video accessible to anyone with any mobility challenges. Hence, I found myself sitting on a chair. So I invite you to gather up a chair, place it firmly on your yoga mat. I'll also be cueing the practice for people that don't want to use a chair and feel comfortable getting down on the ground. So maybe you hit the pause button, gather up that chair. That really should probably be the only prop that you might need today. And then let's jump in and do some yoga. So another part of the focus in this practice will be a focus on God. And in reality, when we do yoga, we really are trying to focus on the God within, spirit, the divine, whatever you choose to name it. In this practice, we'll be naming it God, but you can bring in another word to describe your relationship with something greater. So let's just start by finding our comfortable seat. It could be sitting up in our chair. If you chose a chair, make sure it's really supportive, not the couch. You could also start this practice sitting down on the ground, supported by a blanket underneath your bottom. That's always helpful, or even lying down on the ground if that's a way that you choose to start your practice. Our practice invites this free expression to move our bodies in a way that's just right for us and to connect to spirit in a way that's just right for us. So find your comfortable place to begin your practice. If you chose to start in seated, see if you can stack your shoulders over your hips. And just perhaps close your eyes down if that feels comfortable for you. Start to notice this body, also called your temple or your home, your spirit. Notice your mind, what thoughts are arising, what feelings are in your heart today. Simply observe without any sort of judgment. Again, we'll be really focusing on our breath, almost like our breath is a prayer or a connection to God. And this reading that I start you with is from Catherine Quinn Anderson and Susan Flynn Burr. So I invite you to breathe God in. Breathe God out. Breathe God in. Breathe God out. This mantra will increase focus, invite us back to take time for God, to take time for silence, and to take time to listen for God's direction in your life. It has been said that silence is God's first language. According to the Desert Fathers and Mothers, the breath prayer is the foundation for all other spiritual practices. Continue to breathe deeply. Just let these words wash over you. God has designed our brains to become like what we focus on. When we focus on our anxieties, worries, and fears, we become fearful and anxious. According to Deepak Chopra in his book Superbrain, our brain is always eavesdropping on our thoughts. We are our own movie production company with little or no direction. Our movies are full of action, drama, tragedy, comedy, and romance. Unfortunately, we tend to keep replaying the dramas and tragedies in our lives over and over, and this contributes to our suffering. St. Augustine put it this way: all the time I wanted to stand and to listen to your voice, but I could not, because another voice, the voice of my ego, dragged me away. We are invited to become the director of our movies. We can become aware of our tendency to return and rerun the negative tapes. We can edit our tapes. We can practice letting go. This is what we learn in breath prayer. Recent science has shown that as little as 12 minutes a day of meditation is enough to rewire our brain for more love, compassion, tolerance, and acceptance. By focusing on a loving God in meditation, we can develop the mind of Christ. God wants us to use the wisdom of our body, not let our bodies use us. The breath prayer teaches us how to slow down our body. The more we practice, the more it brings us out of our suffering and into a loving awareness of God's presence. We become less reactive and more receptive. Less reactive and more receptive. And open to receive all that God has for us. This spiritual training allows us to follow St. Paul's invitation in Philippians 4:8-9. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent and praiseworthy, think of such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice. And the God of peace will be with you. Take a few more cycles to simply breathe God in, breathe God out. And now, we'll invite our bodies into this breath prayer practice, making this a true body prayer practice. So, find your comfortable seat, and you could be still sitting in your chair, or you could be sitting on the floor for some seated cat and cow. So if you're in a chair, it helps to widen the legs just a little bit. Hands are on the thighs. Inhale, drop that belly, lift your heart up towards God. Exhale, round your belly, tuck your chin, look down towards your own light. Inhale, seated cow, lift your heart towards God, inhaling God. Exhaling, round the spine back, tuck the belly, looking into your own heart. Keep it going, combining the movement with your own breath. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. Now you know your mind will wander many, many times during this practice. No judgment. Continue to bring it back to your body and to this mantra. Breathing in God, breathing out God. And then come back to your neutral spine. We want to try to move our spines just ever so gently in all its different directions. So we just did a little forward and back. Let's see if we can move our spine just a little bit laterally. So again, you could be still doing this whole sequence sitting on the floor if that's what you chose, or in your chair. Touch your chair or the earth with your right hand. Reach your left hand up towards sky, towards God. Inhale, lift even more. Exhale, take a little lateral side bend over to the right, opening the left lung. Let's move in and out of that. Inhale, reach up. Inhale, God. Exhale, lateral side bend, exhaling, God. Again, move with your own breath, with your own rhythm, with your own comfortable range of motion. Maybe you like touching the earth down with that hand. Inhale up, exhale over. Just a few times. Breath prayer. Maybe hold that lateral side bend. Feel the expansion into the left ribs, the left lung. Keep both sitting bones rooted to your chair or cushion. And then come back to neutral. Maybe close your eyes. And taking this time to turn inward. There's been so much turning outward lately. Turn inward, notice sensations in the body. Inhaling God, exhaling God. And let's take that to the other side. So maybe you touch your chair or the earth with your left hand. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Exhale, lateral side bend to the left. Keep it going in your way. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, God. Exhale, God. Not forcing the body, just letting the breath invite a feeling of spaciousness and lightness. And then hold on this side for a breath or two. Just breathing a little deeper into that right lung. Maybe you gaze up like you're looking up at sky, looking up towards your maker. And when you're ready, go. And take a full, spacious breath. Notice the effects of those subtle movements on your body, your mind, your spirit. And then we'll start to move into a twist. And as we come into a twist, our twists help us kind of broaden our perspective. So I'll give you a little perspective of mine that I've cultivated through this practice, just briefly. Sometimes when I do the inhale, I think about inhaling God, bringing him closer. Exhaling the out, shining God out in a way that is soft, gentle, no dogma or judgment, just inhaling God's presence, recognize it in me, and then exhaling, knowing that it's meant to be shared in some way. All right, so let's go into that twist again, either seated on the floor or in your chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, just gently twist to the left. Your hand could come down. Your back hand could be touching the back of your chair. Let's just flow a little bit because it just helps us connect to the breath. Inhale, gently come back up. Exhale, your twist could just be like an eighth of a turn to the left. It doesn't have to be big. Inhale, lift that heart up, receive God. Exhale, shine him out into the world. A few more times like this. And then hold your twist, but subtly refine it. Again, it doesn't have to be big. As we inhale, we lengthen up to the crown, lift the heart. Exhale, turn your belly, your heart to the left. Relax your shoulders, your jaw. Inhaling God, exhaling, let God out. We don't have to keep all of this connection to ourselves. We can share it. And when you're ready, come back to your seat. Take that full breath in. Observe the effects of twisting to the left, of shining your heart to the left. And now we'll shine our hearts to the right. Inhale up, lift that heart. Exhale, twist to the right. Again, any amount, it doesn't have to be big. Inhale up. Inhale God. Exhale, shine that God essence out into the world with gentleness, with compassion, with kindness. This time we'll hold our twist. Again, if you're doing this in a chair, you could be holding on to the back of your chair, not forcing, keeping that spine up nice and tall, shoulders still over the hips. Inhaling length, inhaling spaciousness in God, exhaling God's grace. And come back to center. Take a moment to observe, to breathe those qualities. Maybe this verbiage isn't speaking to you and you add in something else. Maybe it's inhaling love, exhaling fear, inhaling hope, exhaling despair. A Bible verse you like, or something else. So whenever you're ready, we're going to prepare to come out of our seat or come out of our chair. So I just need to get to the back of my chair. So if you chose to not bring a chair into your yoga practice, we're moving into cat and cow. So you could come down and do some rounds of cat and cow. If you're using a chair, this is a nice way to get the action of cat and cow without having to be down onto the floor, challenging knees or challenging your back. So I would kind of like my chair to be a little higher, but I'm gonna make it work. So your hands are on your chair seat, or you're just down in traditional cat and cow. Make sure your feet and your hands and shoulders are right underneath each other. Your feet are underneath your hips. So as you inhale, lift that heart up, tailbone reaches back, belly sinks. Exhale, arch that spine, press into your chair. Inhale, soft belly, look up, spaciousness across your heart. Exhale, press into the chair, pull that belly up. So it's almost like we're inhaling God, that sense of light. Exhaling God. Or maybe we're exhaling fear or doubt, despair. What is it that you could release or send out? Couple more cycles. Inhaling into your version of cow. Exhaling into your version of cat. This is a nice way to just lovingly breathe life into the body, breathe life into the spine. So come back to a neutral spine. Maybe take a little baby step forward, a little baby step forward. Bend your knees, use the strength of your core. Maybe your hands come onto your hips. As you exhale, come up with a nice flat spine. Beautiful. So we found our way into traditional mountain pose. So your feet are as wide as your hips. Let's bring our hands to our hearts in prayer. Relax the shoulders. Maybe close the eyes down if that serves you. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. Or the mantra that you chose. And sometimes we don't even have to name God. We just feel that we're inhaling His presence and we're exhaling, just bringing in a sense of surrender and calm. Feel yourself expansive and bright, like the light of God as you inhale. As you exhale, maybe you sense His hand on your shoulder, your back. So now we're going to move into some half sun salutations. So anyone with any real mobility challenges, particularly in their back, forward folding can be super challenging. So that's why we brought our chair in. So we're raising the earth up to us. So you can do traditional half sun salutations if they're in your practice, or you can use your chairs. But remember, your knees, your feet are as wide as your hips. Our knees are a little bent. Bending forward with bent knees is a lot healthier than just blocking things out. So let's move with our bodies. Breathe, pray with our bodies. Inhale, sweep those arms up towards heaven. Exhale, fold forward, knees soft. Touch your chair. If you're not prone to dizziness, you can drop your head. Inhale, come to a flat back. Firm your belly. Your knees are still soft. Exhale, fold forward any amount. And then inhale, press into your feet. Take that flat back with you as you rise back up. So we're moving with core strength, integrity. Take a breath. Let's do that a few more times. Inhaling, reach up. Maybe a sense of wonder, inhaling God. Exhaling, bowing before Him, just to your chair. Drop your head, maybe humility. Inhale, firm that belly, look forward, a little strength in God. Exhale, bow the head, surrender. Press into your feet. Full body expression of praise. And back to your own heart. Let's take that 2 more times. And if this movement isn't serving you, feel free to move in a different way. Again, this is your way to use your body to pray. Cultivate the quality of faith that's calling you. Or you could just come back again and again, inhaling God, exhaling God. Let your breath guide your body here. One more round. whenever that feels complete, pause and breathe. Stand even taller. And we're going to do a few more movements here. So again, using our chair or not, we're going to be coming kind of into a lunge or a warrior one type movement. So if you're choosing not to do the chair, you can guide your way into that in your traditional way. Inhale up. Exhale, fold to the chair and drop the head. Inhale, firm that belly. Take a little step forward right underneath your chair with your right foot and step back a little bit with your left foot. So we're kind of hovering here, prepping for warrior one. Press into your feet and use your core to help you rise. Maybe check in with your hips. Come this way just so you can see the shape a little bit better. This is warrior one. Doesn't have to be a big warrior one. We're just doing these poses really to move and celebrate our bodies and our breath and our connection to God. So your feet are a little bit wider apart, a little safer for the back. Bend into that front knee. Let's continue to move with our breath. Inhale, reach hands to sky. Exhale, just halfway fold forward. Let it go. Inhale, sweep up. Inhaling God. Maybe this time we really open that mouth and forcefully let out anything that's not of God. Inhaling God's perfection and grace. Exhaling anything that's not of Him. Then hold your pose. Again, lift your arms up towards heaven. Lift your heart. Feel your full breath. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. And then, whenever you're ready, we'll use our chairs to transition again. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down to your chair. Step your left foot towards your right. Halfway lift on your chair, firm belly. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up towards sky. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhaling expansiveness. Exhaling, letting go, grounding. And let's take that to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, bow to your chair or the earth, your way. Halfway lift. Fold. And then press, step the left foot forward, the right foot steps back. So that left foot can be right underneath your chair. Firm your belly. Your hands are still on that chair, so you're moving again with strength and integrity. Rise up. Hands to your hips. They'll just face you this time. So again, a little separation between the feet is great for your balance, your sense of groundedness. That tailbone is a little heavy, belly drawing in, strong. And then let's move with our breath. Inhale, reach up towards sky, God. Exhale, open the mouth, let go. Inhaling towards God's ways. Exhaling anything that's not of Him. And this is with complete lack of judgment. Just an invitation to move towards God and away from things that take us away from Him. And then hold at the top, reach up, bend a little bit into that front knee, your heart, your hips, your essence just pointing towards the light of God or radiating God outwards. Next inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward towards your chair. Right foot towards the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel your strength in your core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, return. Returning to your mountain pose. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. Inhaling love. Exhaling fear. Our language to ourselves, so important. Let's invite more and more times for stillness and to invite Him into our lives. So we've morphed into a different location so that now my chair can be a little bit taller as we start to move towards a few balancing poses. So if you're using a chair to help assist you with your balance, I invite you to just turn it so you have the back of the chair to hold on to on your side. And again, make sure you're nice and stable and supported. You could also kind of move the chair and go to a wall if you need to, or you could work on this balance sequence freestanding if you so choose. So hold on to your chair with your left hand, and we're just going to start putting a little bit more weight into the left foot. So sometimes when I do my balancing poses, I like to imagine I'm in my mountain pose, but just on that one side of my body. So let's maybe just come onto the ball of the right foot, so we can put most of our weight into that left foot, but still keep an evenness within your pelvis, within your shoulders, like you're still standing in mountain pose, but this right leg could lift up once in a while and we're still nice and stable. So again, hold on to that chair if you need to, or experiment with releasing it. Really firm that whole left foot. I encourage you to be doing this barefoot. I have shoes on today, I'm not sure why, but so if you're doing this, I encourage you to have bare feet for your standing so you can really feel the spread of your toes, that evenness between all sides of your foot. But we're just kind of playing here. We're just kind of playing with balancing and putting weight on the left side. So then let's see if we can get a little bit more engaged. Again, we're holding that chair as long as we need to. Set it down, kind of take a little rest. We're going to move with our breath like we've been doing right along, that breath of God. So stand tall in your mountain, a little bit more weight into the left side. As you inhale, lift the right knee up any amount. Inhaling God, you might feel just invited to lift that right arm, lift the heart too. Exhaling God. Inhaling, firm that belly, right arm and leg lift. Exhaling down, just a few times. Inhaling, trust maybe. Exhaling, doubt. Inhaling, hope. Exhaling, judgment. Or just stay with your inhaling God. Exhaling God. One more time and then hold. Again, firm belly. And then take your right hand to that left thigh. sorry, your right thigh, open it up. So we've just set ourselves up very beautifully into tree pose. So the foot might be resting on the ankle, like me. It could be resting on the floor, the calf. If you have more flexibility in your hips, it could be coming up higher. Still holding onto that chair, still feeling that core engagement, belly strong, tailbone a little heavy. Standing like a tree. Again, let this practice be an expression of you. You could be resting right now. You could be holding on to that chair, reaching the arm up to the sky. Lift that heart. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. God is of heaven, sky, and earth, supporting us, all around us, within us. Let it go. Give that leg a little shake. Give them both a little shake. And we're going to do that on the other side. So you might just turn your body around. You could turn your chair around. I'm going to say hello to my friend over here. So, supporting, holding on to something with the right hand. The right foot starts to get a little bit more active. The leg, you could start lifting that left heel off the floor. Just lightly. But feeling this tree trunk of the whole right side of your body strong and rooted in faith. Just lifting and lowering that leg a little bit. Maybe releasing. Maybe a little windy. Move. Now let's start to move a little bit with that breath again. So inhale, use your strong core to lift that leg up any amount. The arm might come up, it might not. Exhaling down, still holding that tree, still feeling mountain alignment in both sides of your body. Inhale up, inhale God, exhale God. Inhale, trust, exhale, surrender. Inhale, love. Exhale, fear. Hold the pose. You can stay right here or choose to let it morph into your tree pose. Left hand to the left thigh. Open it up. Toe could tap. Foot could be on the ankle, the calf. Feel into it again. Still keeping that mountain alignment. Like you're still in mountain pose, still feeling super strong and rooted down through that right leg, that right foot. Stay right here, or feel free to morph your pose in any way. Maybe you'd like to keep your hands at your heart. Maybe you like to stay touching that chair the whole time. Maybe you experiment with coming away from it once in a while. All the while breathing in God, breathing out God. Soften your face and jaw. And let it go. Slowly, give it all a little shake. A thought just arose for me when I was doing that pose, wondering if anyone feels like they're cheating by holding on to a chair. We hold on to things. We need trees. We need people. We need God. It's okay to hold on sometimes. So, from here, let's just do a little bit more balancing. So, turned around again, so we're not overtaxing one side. So now we're rooted with the left foot, so you can turn your chair around or just move to the other side of your chair. Root with your left foot. take that right knee up like we did before. Firm your core. Now, see if you can point that toe straight ahead. Turn the toe up a little more. This is strengthening your quadricep here, but use your core as well. This is intense, so if you're having any pain in the knee, just release it. Maybe you pulse it a little bit. Strengthening this little muscle here, so important for our quads, for our knee health. Ooh, let it go, and then take it the other way. So this is where it's really helpful to have the support of your chair. So root into that left foot and start lifting the right foot up behind you. Keep it slow. This is where sometimes when we do this pose, it can be nice to have your chair in front of you and just be holding onto that chair and reaching forward just a little bit, like so. There we are. But I guess ego's coming in. I feel like challenging, so I'm going to give it a go. But it's all good to hold on. I like when my baby's just right there. Hold, not hold. So you're reaching back with that right leg, firming your belly, not overtaxing your back. Let it go. That one's tough. So take a nice swing of this whole right leg as you stand super tall. This is such a good release for our hip flexors. And we're not moving forward and back with the torso, just the legs moving. Good. Stand. Breathing in God. Breathing out. All right, we've got one more side to do, then we'll really start slowing things down. So you're holding your chair with your right hand down. The right leg is the supporting leg. Whenever you're ready, maybe next exhale, draw that knee in. You could stay right here or maybe reach the toe or leg out, turn the toe up a little bit. Again, trying to find this muscle here. I think it's the quadratus medium, something like that. Important muscle. Firm it up. Stand tall. Use your core. You could rest. You could take a couple of little pumps. Or just see what your body is called to do here. Stand tall though. Let it go. It's amazingly strong work. Shake it off. And then we'll reverse it. So holding your chair with the right hand, or you could just turn towards your chair, top of your chair. We're going to reach the left leg back behind us this time. This is a warrior 3 variation, firm belly. And take out our little angel wings. Breathe. Got my little tree sprite here supporting me. It's all good. And when you're ready, let it go. Stand tall, and we'll do that leg swing on the left side. Very freeing. Breathe deeply. And when that feels complete, let it go. Stand in your mountain. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. Let's do one more really neutralizing movement here before we come down towards our chair or the earth. So let's take a standing twist. So when we twist, we lift one heel up. So we're not putting any strain on the knees. This allows us to take that nice big twisting action. The psychology of twists is that we are broadening our perspective, we're shining our hearts, truly feeling that exchange with our world as we exhale God. And when that feels complete, come back to your mountain. Breathe. Breathing in the expansive, loving nature of your Father God. Breathing out anything that's not of Him. Relax your arms. So from here, we're simply going to come down to sit in our chairs for a guided meditation, and then we'll be ending in a relaxation. For relaxation, you could be lying down on the floor, you could be lying down in your recliner, wherever you're comfortable. So I just invite you to find your comfortable seat. So you could be seated in your chair or sitting supported with a cushion on your yoga mat. Just make sure you're comfortable. We should try to find our shoulders over our hips and just be sitting nice and tall as we move into this short meditation. So move into the meditation by once again just following the flow of your breath prayer. See if you can completely relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders. And as you inhale, feel that you're just inhaling the light of God. In your mind's eye, you might come back to our mantra, inhaling God, exhaling God. Inhaling, allow that inhale to be really, really full, maybe a slight little pause. Inhaling God. Exhaling, allow that exhale to be really, really full, maybe a tiny pause where there's no breath. Exhaling God. Or maybe at this point you choose a different phrase. You could just say the name Jesus, inhaling Jesus, exhaling Jesus. Coming back to one of our other phrases, such as inhaling love, exhaling fear, inhaling hope, exhaling despair. Make this your own, but try to stick with a mantra with kindness, with compassion. Your mind will wander. Just return again and again. And if you focus on inhaling God, exhaling God, You might come back to that idea that you're inhaling God and all of His goodness into yourself, like He's shining on you, and exhaling like He is using you. And as you exhale, He shines out into the world. Inhaling God, exhaling God in a way that speaks to you authentically. Maybe you stay with your mantra, or maybe it just falls away and you're left with that feeling tone of what the mantra represents for you. If your mind gets too busy, call back in the mantra. That's what mantras do. Make this your own practice, your own devotion. Taking another moment more of meditation, remembering that it's in the silence where God tends to meet us the most. Silence is God's first language. Meet Him there. Perhaps you choose to just hit the pause button and linger here with your own experience with your God. If you're ready to move into a guided relaxation, again, choices. You could stay here seated if you're super comfortable. Could lie down with some props, maybe a bolster underneath your thighs, a little pillow underneath your head. If you don't feel comfortable getting down onto the floor, you could just stay in your chair or move into something more easeful like your recliner. Just get comfortable. Allow yourself to truly arrive for your guided relaxation. For a few breaths, just come back to your mantra. Inhaling God. Exhaling God. Inhaling fully into your whole body, feeling the brightness, the light of Christ, God. Exhaling God. God is also there in the times of despair, fear, and surrender. Use your body to pray in this guided yoga nidra. Inhaling God's lightness, His love. Exhaling, feeling the heaviness of your bones right here. We are divine, but we are also human. Inhaling God's perfect love. Exhaling your humanness. Stay with this a few times. Inhaling lightness, God. Exhaling, feeling what it feels like to be human. The weight of your bones, the weight of your so-called sufferings. Just be with it. Can you feel how God fills in the suffering? Invites us to become more like Him, more free, less bound by these earthly concerns. And then coming back to the idea of focus. Focus helps us come into balance. I'd like you to place your focus into different parts of your body. So in your next inhalation, bring all your awareness down into the toes of your right foot. Next, inhale, awareness into the toes of your left foot. Awareness into both of your toes, all of your toes, your feet relaxing. Awareness and breath, lightness, God, filling in your right arm all the way into your right fingertips. Feel the weight of your right arm. Awareness and breath into the left arm, shoulder, into the fingertips. The weight of the left arm. And maybe creating a balancing effect on your brain, could you bring awareness to the heaviness in your right arm and the heaviness in your left leg? And could you bring awareness to the heaviness of your left arm and the heaviness of your right leg? Now, could you bring awareness to the whole front of your body? All the parts of your body touched by air, by light, the way your belly rises and falls, a spaciousness across the collarbones, relaxation in the top of the thighs, relaxation in all the muscles of your face. Could you gently turn up the corners of your lips and breathe? Breathing in God. Breathe out God from your heart center. Breathe in God in your face. Breathe out God in your heart a few times. And then just noticing some of the places in the back of your body. Maybe the back of your right calf. The back of your left shoulder blade. The back of your left calf. The back of your right shoulder blade. All the parts of your body that face the earth. A little more heavy. And then imagine, if you could, inhaling into the left side of your body, inhaling God into the left side of your body. Drink Him up into your mind. And exhaling God down the right side of your body. One more time, changing it up. Inhale God into the right side of your body. Bring Him into your mind, your heart. And breathe out God through the left side of your body. Stay with that idea if your mind is wrapping around that. Or bring all your awareness now into your own heart. Inhale, receive God's grace into the heart. Exhale, send it into all of the cells of your body and beyond. Inhaling into your own heart. Exhaling into your body. Into any place that needs healing and love. And because God's grace is so vast, it just spills out of your heart and into the world. Inhaling God's grace into your own heart. Exhaling like rays of sunshine emanating from you and your God out of your body into this world. Linger here, just basking in His presence within you. Knowing there's nothing more to be done right now than to just be with Him. Breathing in God, breathing out God. He's in the stillness. He is with you. He is in you. He is all around you. Please linger here as long as you wish. Only when you're ready to come out of this relaxation, just bring gentle movement into your body. Recalling that this was a practice of breath prayer, body prayer. And because our breath goes with us wherever we go, our prayer, our practice, our love, our God goes with us everywhere. And stay in resting, stay in prayer. I leave you with my peace. My love, my blessing. That you may know God and take Him with you. Namaste.